Good morning. I am so upset to wake up yet after doing an interview last night on activism with the reset, only to see that another young man has been killed. There's a video that literally shows a police officer with his knee in his neck until the man becomes unresponsive. He is then pulled, drugged to a stretcher, taken away, and the community learns later that he dies. I try so hard to be neutral in a lot of situations, but I'm gonna tell you something. To watch that video had me in tears, had my stomach twirling to the point of making me want to vomit. And I mean that literally. My face frowned up right then because that sickness of the unfairness and the injustice to human life doesn't matter if it's a police officer, we're all human beings. Wearing that badge, having that title is an identifier. That's it. You're still a man or a woman, you're still human. The person that is presumed innocent until proven guilty, when you approach them at an incident, they're not even guilty. I'll never understand why things has to escalate to the point of causing death. Makes no sense to me. Now, this young man is said in his 40s, died over an allegation of fraud. True or not true, you don't die for reasons like that. You're not held on the ground with a knee in your neck for reasons like that. What could this police officer been thinking? You know you're on video. You see in the video, many people had video cameras up. And you made that choice on video to have your knee fixated in this man's neck while he pleaded with you. What harm was it going to be to remove your knee and kneel down next to his body if you had to? How much of a threat was this man that you had to put your knee in his neck and keep it there? At 4 minutes, it says he went unresponsive. Even at that point, you still kept your knee on his neck. What could you have possibly been thinking? I don't know nowhere that it's protocol to put your knee in nobody's neck. Or no job. I wouldn't even do that at home. What could you possibly been thinking? I'm sure that you didn't think he was going to die. I'm sure you probably was thinking that he was faking. Even when you were asked to take his pulse, I believe you knew something because you called ahead for the ambulance. You believed that something was going on when he went unresponsive. You just didn't know he was going to die. One of the pictures actually shows the officer's hand in his pants pocket while he had the gentleman pinned with his knee in his neck. The other officer on the scene wanted to provoke one of the bystanders. He kept trying to step up and step back. And at one point, even though you can't see it on the video, you hear someone says, "You're putting your hands on him." He was looking for the reason. But everything else that's going on in this world, why this? Where does it stop? When do you take the time to take a step back in your mind and say, I wouldn't want anyone doing this to my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my friend, my niece, my nephew, my grandchild, my family, my friends' families. When can you take a step back in your mind and think about that? This is just becoming too sad to even talk about. But we got to talk about it. And it's getting to the point where we see talking's not getting it. I remember all the way back in 1998, I kept telling people, before we had all these cell phones back then, they had brick phones. I kept saying, people need to arm themselves with cameras on their houses, on their person, whatever it was going to take. Arm yourself with cameras. Take pictures when things are going wrong. Then when we got the cell phone with the video, I said, hey, we can do it now. Then you had police officers taking people's phones, taking them for evidence, taking phones, throwing them down, smashing them. I'm saying to everybody, no matter what the situation is, keep using those cameras. Good or bad, keep using those cameras. It was said to me once before, because the police wore the body cams, that we couldn't video. Why not? And the whole thing about freedom of speech, I'm going to do a little bit more background on that and come back and do a video on that. Because you can't dissect that and use it for when you want to use it. What does freedom of speech really mean? I became a victim of going to jail on Facebook. What I thought was freedom of speech. So what I'm doing is taking the opportunity to do this video off of Facebook. And then I can share it. It's my own personal video. I own the rights to this video now. But I'm tired, so sick and tired. I'm getting breaking news. Seeing, I mean, even if something is posted from years ago and it comes back on Facebook and I see it and I post it, people say, oh, well, this happened in 2017 or this happened in 2015. The thing is that it happened and it is still happening. That's why I repost. Once the publicity dies down, we soon to forget. Until it happens again. Then we're all up again. We're right. I talked about this last night in an interview. It's just a revolving door. And it keeps opening, and it keeps closing, and it opens again. And those wounds never heal. They never heal. For those families of the victims, it never heals. That's a hurt. Oh my God. When I think about the Ahmaud Arbery case, that's how I went into Facebook jail in the first place. It is so sad to see that man have to stand for his life for being out on taking what was a simple job. I told myself you got all your tears out before you did the video, so you're not going to cry. But you know what? My heart is crying. My heart is crying. My soul ain't happy. This injustice has to stop. Look at that, my stomach. It just has to stop. I was asked a question. What could we do when it comes to situations like this? What would we do? What could we have done or be doing in between when Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed to now when I'm going to call him the unjust right now because I don't know his name. The gentleman just got killed in Minneapolis. In between time, I look at these situations when it has to do with police officers or employees that a situation like this happens in, and they get paid leave. One of the first things I would say, don't give them paid leave. Innocent until proven guilty. Is that what you're using to be able to give paid leave? And then later, if you find out that you have to fire them, they've already gotten paid. When you look at the video, I don't know about you, but what I seen was unjust. If you've seen unjust and you got to follow protocol, maybe it's a time to stand up for changing the protocol. I sit and say, oh, we go to legislation, oh, we talk to our state rep, oh, we talk to our mayor, we talk to the police chief, but it's policy. That's a protocol that needs to change because maybe, just maybe, I don't know, just maybe someone would think about before you put your knee in somebody's neck, before you gun them down from the back. I'm not going to be on paid leave. I'm going to lose my salary. I can't pay my house note, my car note. I can't take care of my family. My wife might have to go out and get 2 jobs because nobody's even thinking about going to jail. And I personally feel it has to do with how the protocol is set. I don't know anything about no police code or nothing like that. I hear a lot of people talking about it. But one thing I do know, sure as we live, we're going to die. And if you're not held accountable here, you will be held accountable. Every life matters. Doesn't matter if you're a police officer, political figure, someone holding a job, homeless, veteran, young, old. Doesn't matter about your nationality. We all have the right to be treated right. We all have the right to be treated right. We all have that right. The respect of life should be put in protocol and policy somewhere. And if you would have steeper charges for the wrongdoers that take that oath and come out and take a life, I'm going to, following religious protocol, I'm going to pray. Praying is good, but Lord knows this sickness in my stomach is saying something more needs to be done. Something different needs to happen. Lord knows I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to take to stop it. But there got to be a better way. There got to be a better way. Jesus. Because all lives, every life matters. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better.